What's up, guys? I'm BTC. We got our first official teaser, not a leak this time, for the Halloween Terror event. So today I'm going to go through everything that you can expect to see and all of the legendary skin predictions. There have been 3 leaks for the Halloween Terror event already. This is the first official teaser. It says, "There's a rumor among explorers about a monolithic lair home to terrifying horrors. Heroes, how will you prepare?" And the dates for the event are October 9th through the 31st. But let's face it, the events never end when they're supposed to. It's supposed to end on the 31st. It's probably not going to end till like the 2nd or the 3rd. That always happens. I don't know why Blizzard does it, but they just do. Anyways, also in this teaser, you see the Chateau map. This is a free-for-all specific designed map, and it then changes to another version, which is all kind of dark and gloomy. They've already done this sort of thing with Hollywood and Eichenwald. They gave it a Halloween theme. Hanamura got a Christmas theme as well. So it could just be that this is a special Halloween version of the map, or it could be a special kind of Halloween arcade game mode specifically for the Chateau map. Like maybe they have something little extra going on during the event. Now, the main thing that is going to be for Halloween Terror is still Junkenstein, and that's going to take place on Eichenwald. But I was wondering, maybe some of this could actually be on Chateau as well. Maybe they have a different version of Junkenstein's Revenge on the Chateau map. There are a couple of places throughout that Chateau that you could actually use as a defensible point, where you have to defend this. Particularly down here in the basement, you can see that they could put something on the other side of the wall here, on the other side of this gate, and have it be valuable or whatever it happens to be, and you have to defend this from all of the Zomnics, whatever they want to call them, that come down into the basement and try to destroy it and this and that. So that's a possibility. It would be kind of interesting because you could actually have to go throughout the Chateau and try to fight the monsters there instead of just standing in front of the door like you do on Eichenwald. So it might be a nice change of pace. Again, I'm not saying that they're definitely doing this because the old version of Junkenstein is definitely still the main thing, but it's a possibility and it would be pretty cool if they did that. One change that I'm almost certain of that's going to happen in the Junkenstein game mode, however, is they're going to be adding a new boss, and it's likely going to be the Bride of Junkenstein, and we don't know exactly who it's going to be. I think it's probably going to be Sombra. It could be someone else. It might be Zarya, it might be Moira, but my best guess is going to be Sombra. And speaking of skin predictions, because they just made their announcement for the event, later this week they're going to start teasing with the legendary skins, so I want to make my predictions right now before they start putting that stuff out. Now, I'm fairly accurate with this stuff. In the summer games, I got 5 of the 6 legendaries. I got 1.5 of the epics. I know some of you guys really think that I work at Blizzard or I know some. Dude, guys, I don't talk to anyone at Blizzard. I don't know anyone at Blizzard. It's just logic and good deductive reasoning in order to figure out how this stuff is. Blizzard is actually fairly predictable about this sort of stuff. So I'm going to go through my skin predictions and I'm going to walk you through the steps on how I figure this stuff out. So first of all, this chart right here. And this is one of the things that I use in order to figure out what we're going to get for the next event. As you can see, you have all the characters on the left-hand side, and then on the top we have all the different events. And on the upper left, you see Epic, Special, Legendary, Special, and then Total. Most of this should be self-explanatory. The special columns are for BlizzCon skins, promotional items, all that sort of stuff. Also, anytime a character gets 2 legendary skins for the same event, and they're just a palette swap of each other, I count that as only 1 for the total, but I put the little 2 in the box just so you can differentiate it. A couple of interesting things I want to point out. Characters getting a legendary skin 2 events in a row is a little more common than you would think. In fact, it's happened 10 times already, and also it happened twice with epics. So while it's not going to happen all the time, it's definitely not as rare as you would think. As for getting a legendary skin 2 years in a row for the same event, that's only happened 3 times. The first was with Reaper during Halloween, and the other two were Bastion and Symmetra during the anniversary. But that doesn't really count because Blizzard has explicitly stated that the anniversary event doesn't follow the same rules as the other events because it doesn't require any specific theme, and they can basically make anything they want for the character skin. So I think it just seems like Bastion and Symmetra are a little bit more difficult to create skins for, so they make neat stuff, but they just put it on the anniversary because they have nowhere else to put it. Let's start figuring out who's going to get what for this event. Now, we do have some leaks that's going to help us. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, we got to look at a condensed version of this chart. This is from this event all the way to last year's event. And the more stuff a character has, the less chance they're going to get something for this new event. And the more stuff they have on the right-hand side, the less chance they're going to get. So if they have a couple of things on the far left, they still might get something. If they have a bunch of stuff on the far right, like Doomfist, chances are extremely unlikely they're going to get a legendary. But since they've been adding epics, it's possible they could get an epic instead. For this event, we got several leaks that should help us out quite a bit. The first was the website. We got Spider Queen, Bride, Ghost, and Slasher. And then we also had the achievement leak on the PTR. So using all of this information combined with the charts that I have, these are my predictions. Events usually get between 6 and 8 legendaries, sometimes more. So I'll pick 6 main ones and then 2 extra. So the 6 main ones come from that leak, and I think the evidence on the chart kind of backs it up quite well. That's going to be Hammond, Moira, Winston, Genji, Soldier, and Sombra. And then the 2 extra are going to be Bastion and Tracer. I chose those 2 specifically because they've been around for a long time, but they haven't gotten a Halloween legendary. Bastion did get an epic, but that was 2 years ago. Now there's 2 other characters, Diva and Lucio. They also haven't gotten anything for Halloween. But the reason why I went with the Bastion and the Tracer is because both of those already have a legendary Christmas skin, and Diva and Lucio do not. So I think it makes more sense for Bastion and Tracer to get the Halloween legendary, and then Diva and Lucio to get the Christmas legendary, so that way there's no kind of extra overlap. Lucio does have a Christmas epic, but that was from 2 years ago. And also, one of the leaks for the Christmas event coming up has a legendary skin called Figure Skater. Now, this could be someone like Widowmaker, but Lucio literally has skates, so I'm kind of leaning more towards him. Moving on to epics, Blizzard seems to be in the habit of releasing them in groups of 3, so that's kind of a safe bet. Another safe bet is we had the leak for the Spider Queen epic. I think it's going to be Widowmaker, but there's also a chance it could be Orisa. But then again, Orisa would also be a really good candidate for just any Halloween skin, and on top of that, she really hasn't gotten all that much either. And Doomfist, also, he got 2 legendaries, but he hasn't gotten any epics, so another good character for a Halloween epic. So now you know all of the logic and reasoning for how I pick what I pick. Here are the 8 legendaries and the 3 epics that I decided to go with. We'll figure it out pretty soon because probably as soon as tomorrow, they're going to start dropping teases for the legendary skins for the upcoming event. So do you agree with my predictions, or do you think it's going to be someone else? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to see more, subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss anything. Also, come hang out in my Discord server and my Twitch live stream. Special thanks to my Patreon supporters. If you'd like to see what kind of cool VIP rewards you can get, check the links down below. And remember, always blame the controller because it's never your fault.